Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Soon, undergraduate nursing students may be allowed to do fieldwork as a new curriculum is being pushed in colleges and universities. Camille Samonte with the story.
The COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the country's current shortage of nurses. With this, the Commission on Higher Education is proposing a new curriculum, which will allow undergraduate nursing students to work already. Under the proposed BS nursing curriculum with exit credentials, a first-year nursing student would be allowed to work as a nursing aide or assistant. For those in second year, they would receive a diploma to be nursing associate, community health nurse, or associate maternal and child nurse.
That means if we run this program, in 1 to 2 years, we have additional nursing manpower, which can already be employed in our health facilities. Because the need for help for nursing professionals is not all nursing graduates. There are intermediate individual credentials that can be used.
De Vera also said this was already discussed with President Bongbong Marcos as well as the private sector, and that hospitals have expressed interest to coordinate with universities and colleges. He added that CHED is also working on the flexible short-term masteral program to address the lack of instructors in nursing and medical schools.
It's difficult to recruit qualified professors to teach nursing programs. So a lot of the qualified professors are already teaching in other nursing schools.
The lifting of moratorium on new nursing schools also helped close the gap on the demand for nurses. According to CHED, there are over 600,000 licensed Filipino nurses in the Philippines. Of this number, half is working abroad and only about nearly 28% work in the country. 19% work in other industries.
We have to provide information on the vacancies and permanent positions in public-private health sectors based on gaps, so that if they know what is the direction for them to work, we can convince them to go there. We can harness the associations, the Philippine Nursing Association. We can harness the schools because these are alumni of schools, and we direct the interested qualified nurses to jobs that are available.
The government is also looking into allowing non-board passers nursing graduates to work in the healthcare field. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
The provincial government of Oriental Mindoro is looking to declare a state of calamity due to the oil spill from the sunken MT Princess Empress. This comes as more coastal towns report seeing oil in their areas. The latest tests show that the presence of oil beyond acceptable standards in the towns of Baco and San Teodoro. Other municipalities in the province have already been under a state of calamity because of the oil leak. Oriental Mindoro Governor Humerlito Dolor assured affected fisherfolk that they will be compensated for the damage caused by the spill. Authorities continue on with coastal cleanups, with 60% of affected shorelines now oil-free. The Agriculture Department will sell smuggled sugar in Kadiwa stores nationwide starting next month. The Sugar Regulatory Administration is ironing out the legalities before the rollout. Once this happens, some 4,000 metric tons of smuggled sugar will be made available in Kadiwa stores. The sugar will be sold at 70 pesos per kilo, which is cheaper than the current 85 to 100 pesos per kilo price in markets.
April is actually the realistic, no? Kasi meron po tayong pakikipag-ugnayan, hindi lamang po sa SRA, pero pati po sa BOC, no? Yan po yung mga ahensya na katulong natin sa pag-roll out ng ating confiscated sugar na ibebenta sa Kadiwa.
More stories coming your way after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. tourists are now in Boracay ahead of the Holy Week break. Joining us from the island is Marian Enriquez. Marian, how is the situation over there in Boracay?
Yes, Sean, locals here in Boracay are ecstatic as more tourists are starting to arrive here in the island compared to last year. As early as 8 o'clock in the morning, long lines of tourists can be seen in Station 3 queuing for the water activities. 38-year-old tour guide Gretchen Holindon welcomes this. This means more income for them. They've also noticed more foreigners visiting Boracay. If you're planning to visit the island this Holy Week, you may have a hard time to find hotels as most accommodations here are fully booked for next week. Some of the families we've talked to said they are planning to stay until Easter Sunday. Despite the scorching heat, everyone seems to enjoy the white sand beach without the restrictive COVID-19 protocols. You can barely see people wearing their face masks along the beach since it is no longer mandatory. Recall that last year, a 2,500 fine was imposed for not wearing face masks in public areas here in Boracay. So local tour guides here in the island said that they're expecting more tourists to come or to arrive next week. Sean.
All right, enjoy the rest of your time there and the sunset. Man Enriquez reporting to us live from Boracay. The MMDA is allowing provincial buses to traverse EDSA on Holy Week. From April 6 to 10, the buses will be allowed to ply the metro's main thoroughfare in anticipation of the passenger surge come Easter break. Buses coming from North Luzon will terminate their trips in Cubao, while trips from South Luzon will end in Pasay. One News Now will be back at 5:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.